Body checking can be both compulsive and I would also argue a form of self-harm. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie. I'm Long Island's eating disorder specialist and I post on this channel all about eating disorders, body image issues, and general mental health. So if any of that is interesting to you or you think you could find it helpful, definitely consider clicking the subscribe button down below. And if you found this video helpful at the end, I would greatly appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. Today I wanted to talk about body checking behaviors. And this is something that a lot of people, especially when you are struggling with an eating disorder, do when body image is a big component of it. Not to say that only people with eating disorders do it. I believe that this behavior tends to occur a lot before an eating disorder develops. And unfortunately, it's kind of common in our culture. So body checking can be both compulsive and I would also argue a form of self-harm. And yes, I understand that technically it isn't physically causing your body harm in the moment that you're doing it, but let me ask you a question. If you can think of a time that you body checked, and in this video I'm going to go through 5 different body checking behaviors, not that it's an all-inclusive list, but I do want to point it out so that you might become more aware of it. I'll get to that in a moment. But if you can think of any time that you have body checked, whatever that might mean to you, afterwards, did you feel good about yourself or did you end up feeling bad about yourself? I would suggest that you probably didn't feel so good. I never have really encountered anyone who said that they body check and they feel positive afterwards. For the most part, and the majority of the time, you will usually feel bad. So in that sense is why I call it a form of self-harm. So if you have followed me for any length of time, you know that I always talk about awareness of behaviors, awareness of our thoughts, and of our beliefs. So awareness is a really big component that's really important for any sort of recovery with a mental health issue. If you are not aware of your own behaviors, then you're kind of just in a standstill. You don't really know what to do from there because you're not even aware of what the problem is and where the problem may be occurring in your life. So this video is really about raising awareness around your own behaviors when it comes to body checking. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you 5 different types of body checking, and the idea is to become more aware of your own behaviors that you have right now. First and foremost, which is probably the most obvious one, so I'll just get that out of the way, weighing yourself. When you constantly are going on the scale, or even maybe not constantly, when you're going on the scale to weigh yourself, that is a form of body checking. More often than not, you're comparing to what your weight was the day before or the week before, or even maybe a couple hours before or after. There's a lot of comparing. I would say that it would be really rare, if ever, that this is a positive thing. I would say that more than likely it's never a positive thing, because it really just becomes compulsive, and also you're comparing yourself to your own self. And what happens is that we don't really recognize when we're doing this that our body naturally fluctuates, and it's just a very normal thing, and it can fluctuate by means of a lot of different things. We never really want to be weighing ourselves compulsively, or even regularly, I would say, unless of course you have a different medical issue that might lend you to needing to be doing that, and eating disorders really isn't what you're struggling with. On the other hand, if you are struggling with an eating disorder, then it might be in your best interest to be weighed. However, I would suggest that you do blind weights with a professional or a trusted loved one. And if you want me to talk about more so about what blind weight is, then let me know and I will absolutely do a video on that. The second type of body checking behavior that I want to address is mirror checking. And this is a very, very common one, and many people might not even realize that it's body checking. So let me ask you, every time that you pass a mirror, what do you end up doing? Can you ignore it? Maybe it's not even just a mirror. Maybe it's a glass window that you could see your reflection on. What happens when you pass a mirror? Really think about that for a moment. Do you start to look at your body? Do you start to pick apart your body? Do you often look at your body in the mirror? How does that go? Is it a form of body checking? And then afterwards, how do you actually feel about it? And I just wanted to make a little interruption here. I would really encourage you to subscribe to my email list. I have a free recovery starter kit available for you, and it really helps to bring awareness to your behaviors and gives you a really great starting point to either start your recovery or reinvigorate it. If you'd like to subscribe to the email list, use the link in the description below. Number 3 is touching and feeling different parts of your body. You may put your hands on your stomach to try to see if you feel any more bloated than you did earlier. You may maybe put your fingers or attempt to put your fingers around your wrist, or maybe feeling for bones. These are forms of body checking, and they might be a little bit more sneaky that many people might not realize that you're doing, but make no mistake, it is a form of body checking and it is very dangerous. Again, body checking, although it's so problematic in and of itself, it does not take into account how much your body fluctuates and changes, which is very natural. And if it doesn't, that's a problem more so than in not doing that. Even if you're struggling with an eating disorder, you're going to have body changes from hour to hour, day to day. And that's something to recognize. And even if it wasn't the case, these are not healthy or helpful behaviors. The fourth body checking behavior is trying on clothes. So more than likely, you already know what sizes tend to fit you, what clothes tend to fit you, exactly what way it fits you, how it feels when you put it on. So you may actually be body checking using your clothes. Do you tend to find a pair of pants that's like, okay, if I can fit it to that, then that means that I'm doing well. It's a good day. If I can't fit into it, then it's a bad day. Does that sound familiar for you? It might not be exactly that scenario, but really ask yourself, am I doing any sort of body checking using my clothing and trying on clothes? The last and final body checking behavior that I want to talk about is comparing yourself to others. You may enter a room or just be in a room and start scanning the room and then asking yourself, well, is that person bigger than me? Am I the largest person in the room? Am I the smallest? Are they really attractive people around me? And make no mistake, again, this is a form of body checking. Comparing yourself against others, it's body checking behavior. Again, this video was intended to bring more awareness to your own behaviors when it comes to body checking. I would encourage you to check out this video that I'm going to leave in the cards above, which really talks more about how to then stop body checking, because of course we want to be addressing that as well. I really think it would be helpful for you to check it out. But in the meantime, if you like this video or found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below about what your body checking behaviors may be. You can click my face in the corner of the screen to subscribe to my channel. And I wish you awareness on your journey to finding your state of balance. And I will see you in my next video.